working. Let's see if this is working. I cannot see the stream live yet. Let's see. There it is. Can I hear myself? Let's see. Hang on 1 second here. We got Son of Earth and Sky. We got Arizona Jumper. Auric 3D. We have here testing 1, 2. April Coco. Testing 1, 2. All right, seems to be working. Sarah Joy is moderating. Thank you. Apocalypse No. Melissa McQueen, Major 1-on-1. Very nice to see you all. Nancy G. Polly is here. GK Qborough. Miriam Smith. Linda Belk is here. Lizzie is here. Moderating. Thank you. Jay-Z. Hopefully I can see Jay-Z in the next few days. Jay-Z, I'll message you tomorrow. Epan. Tommy Lou. Nicole, Miss Ravioli, TJ, Jake from State Farm, MKZ, Short Stack. Sonic. Got the Discord. Tracy Johnson, Jennifer. Mark Helton, good to see you. Matt Spurs. Selena's Charm. Wendy Lincoln. Erica, Gigi. Connie V. Kitten Duo. Louise, RT Firefly, is peeking out the Lurkers Lounge door. Amber E. Kimberly Barr. Good to see you, Kimberly. Wichitaj. Damian Hill. We'll give people another minute to join in. Connie Fernandez, Brandon Johnson. Selena's Charm, Ben Hufstedler. Linda Nielsen, Quentin Hines. Oh, Arizona Jumper. That's so nice of you, Arizona Jumper. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that, Arizona Jumper. Yeah, I'll talk about what's going on. Wolf Gaming and Terry. Erica fell asleep in the middle of the last live stream. Well, that's not surprising, given how late I started the last live stream and this live stream. Bob Piffle is there. Hello, Bob. No, Polly, my mom can't hear me from where I am in the house. She can't hear this. Andrea Franco is here. Krista Borden, good to see you, Krista. No, Miss Ravioli, I can get black rice at the grocery in Orlando near me, but thank you for asking. Shane from Australia and Shane's 9-month-old baby girl, Madison. Hello, Madison. Oh, it's Quentin Hines' birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Quentin Hines. Woo! Very nice. Selena's Charm is getting second shot on May 5th. Very cool. Paul Leary in Miami. Mr. Showtime is here. Irish Me is here. Kisei says, finally a stream for my time zone. I think Kisei is in Europe, right? Ben is here. Rob the Slots is here. Darren Markley is here. Nimitz Junkie is here. Lady Edith is here. Beth Standard is here. Seize the Day is here. Rick Hoppy is here. Anthony Estes is in Thailand. Oh, how cool is that? That's neat. John A. and Petey is here. Quentin Sandoval. Sing Neon. One of the viewers asked me how my vacation was. I don't think vacation is the appropriate word to describe this. It's a trip. I'm having a great time catching up with my family, but it is. I don't consider it a vacation because a vacation would be like. I consider a vacation something more where like I go somewhere and kind of I'm like off the grid, and it's been very, very busy on this. I mean, it's been great to catch up with my family, but it's not like we've been sitting on the beach. And if I had more time, I'd be doing more streams. I just haven't had the time. So, you know, I don't. Vacation implies kind of like time off, relaxing. So this has been more of like really trying to spend time with family, which is fun. It's just not. Again, a vacation is different. I'd like to take a vacation at some point, but I don't think that's the exact right word for this. Sarah Joy says that's like a vacation with the kids. Linda says vacation equals rest. Yeah, this hasn't been that restful. All right, so we'll kind of start the stream proper right here. Haniel is here. Haniel Vargas. Quentin is in the heartland. Yeah, Jay-Z, the weather was nice today. Very nice weather today. It's supposed to be nice again on Tuesday and Wednesday. Melissa McQueen is here. Judy wasn't notified. Better check your notifications. Yeah, Discord. Still a couple more people joining the stream, so we'll wait a second. But yeah, it was like 70 degrees here today. It was like 72 here today, which was very nice. Very nice. Jennifer Vietz. Jennifer Vietz is here. Nosy Rosie is here. Reality of a Virtual World is here. Roller Coaster Lover is here. Ramanjit is here. Dillamon says the picture is clear tonight. Well, that's good. Quentin is 33 today. Again, happy birthday, Quentin. John says, you've been quiet. Everything okay? Apparently you haven't been watching the streams, John. I think if you'd been watching the streams, you would know what's going on. but we'll talk. All right. RV Cruisin' is here. Deborah Barron is watching here. Very nice. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to our very late live stream. It's on Saturday night. It's actually Sunday early morning here. Mama Mardi is here. So I am in Boston, as the vast majority of you know. And I am in Boston for the first time since November 2019, since before the pandemic. And I have been doing lots and lots of family stuff. A lot of family stuff. A lot of necessary family stuff. And it's been great to catch up with everyone. I've been hanging out with my mom, who I'm staying with. Also, both of my brothers and their families. And I haven't been on the air more often just because I haven't had time. No time. Been doing lots of family stuff of various types. Lots of family stuff of various types. But there's been all kinds of family stuff I needed to do. So, and it's good to do, but it just takes precedence. So, and I haven't been back in a year and a half. So there's like the hangout family stuff, and then there's the other kind of take care of family, taking care of stuff that needs to get done family stuff. So all of that has been happening. So I just haven't had any time to do more streams. That's why we haven't been on Agenda Free TV, and that's why I didn't stream last night. I just haven't had time. And that's why the streams I have done on this channel have been so late. I just haven't had time. So, then I've been like, it's been tiring because I get tired from traveling, and it's kind of been go, 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 go. So, I never take naps during the day. Like barely ever, really. Like a few times a year, I might sleep during the day. 3 of the days I've been here, I've taken a nap during the day. So that's really what's been going on. Oh, the studio is here, and I have my clothes here if I need to go online, but like and during a bunch of the family stuff, I like haven't even been checking the news because it's just been like important family stuff I needed to do. So, yeah. It means I'm relaxed? No, it doesn't mean I'm relaxed. It means I'm tired when I'm taking naps during the day. It doesn't mean I'm relaxed, I don't think. But yeah, I have friends. I haven't seen any of my friends. We'll see if I can get that done this trip. But I mean, there's just been no time to do anything. But yeah, I mean, I don't know I'm sure some of you guys, I'm sure, are in the same situation where you haven't seen family like since before the pandemic. So it's a lot to catch up on and stuff and everything. Roger Reynolds is here. No, usually if I'm doing something, I usually will at least check the news during. There's been a number of times when I was doing like important family stuff where I literally didn't check my phone. because it really it wouldn't have mattered what happened. I just needed to do the family stuff, so there was no real purpose in checking the phone. It's Alyana Jerdeva. Edward Kim says, family comes first. Amber E says, seeing dad tomorrow, first time since pandemic started. Mama Mardi says, going to see my eldest in Alaska. Wanderlustful. Any more comments on my hair? I've been talking about my family. It's funny because I was with my mom and my brothers today, and my mom was talking about my hair again. And then I looked at both my brothers, and both my brothers, they basically have like crew cuts. Like one of my brothers, like barely, like it is a crew cut, and the other one, it's like a very small amount of hair. So my mom, I think, is comparing my hair to my brother's hair, but my brothers have like the shortest hair imaginable. So this is the problem, is that it's a comparison. Edward, I'm removing your comment because you posted news that has nothing to do with this stream. You should know better, Edward. Come on. Robert Paul is watching. My hair is fluffier tonight. Yeah, I took a nap before, so. Jesse M is here. I took a nap before, so, I mean, who knows what's going on with my hair. Relationship says they're getting married. Congratulations, relationship. Christine Kirk-Rieken says having a hard time with the COVID and just trying to deal as a single mom. Good luck, Christine. No, Katrina, I haven't had any family on the stream. I don't really have any desire to unless they like really ask to be on it, you know? So that's just, it's kind of a separate thing. I would like to have the dog on a stream sometime this week. That's something I wanted to do. I just haven't had time. Like there just hasn't been time. I've been like today, from the time I woke up to the time I went to take a nap, it was all family stuff. Then I got up from my nap, my nighttime nap, and I ate a little bit, and then I came on here. I'm the middle sibling. Weewick is here. So yeah, I mean, I'm going back to LA on LA. I keep saying LA. It's so funny. I've done that like 3 times, and I think it's just because I'm so used to. I lived for years in LA, so I'm so used to thinking I'm going back to LA. But I'm going back to Orlando on Thursday. Aries is here. Yeah, I'm going back to Orlando on Thursday, so I'll be back there. Oh, Quentin's on Lexington Ave. I know it well. I miss New York City. I mean, I think at some point it would be good for me to actually take a real vacation. We'll see. I kind of need to go to Los Angeles at some point because I got to get the wire on my teeth fixed. So at some point I'd kind of like to go to LA, and I have a bunch of friends out there. It's interesting though, I didn't know how it was going to be. I didn't know how I knew there's going to be a lot of family stuff to do, and I didn't know how I was going to feel about, with like the news streaming and stuff, but like, and not being able to do it. Honestly though, like the last few days, like it's not been like, I'm like, oh, this stinks, I can't stream. It's like, I really haven't been thinking about news streaming because there's been all this family stuff. As I said, there's been a lot of time where I haven't even been checking my phone because it's been so clear that I needed to catch up with the family and do that stuff. So I thought I'd be more like annoyed, but I haven't been. It's been more like, well, I just need to do this stuff. So Castro says, come to Australia for a vacation when we are allowed to travel again. I'd love to do it. I'd love to do that. But international travel's a ways away. That's not happening anytime soon. Short Stack says, family first. Especially when it's been a year and a half since I've been home. And remember also, my dad passed away last year, which a lot of you know. So that's a whole other thing, so I'd seen it, but I hadn't even been to my dad's cemetery because it happened last year. So I went with my family there today. It's not like it's close to here, but I haven't even had a chance to do it, so it's like all that stuff. I'm sure some of you guys have similar situations, right? Anybody who lost a family member in the last year and a half who wasn't where you were, you probably have a similar situation. Yeah, thanks some people for saying sorry. I know most of you probably know that, but some of you might not. I'm sorry to hear about your dad, Edward. Edward's dad passed away last year, too. Oh, Jay-Z says, I haven't even gone back to the cemetery yet. I know Jay-Z lost his dad. Budget Girl lost her dad. No, I attended the funeral virtually. I attended the funeral. The funeral was like nuclear family. It was like 6 people, but I attended it on FaceTime. So there's all this other stuff to deal with that. So I'm sure a lot of people are having this where it's when you try catching up with your family after like a year and a half, it's a lot of time. Jay-Z says several of his friends from his childhood lost their dad in the past year. Hello, Susan Crawford. See, Dillamon says, get to head across the country to see my mom for the first time since stepfather passed in 2 weeks. Also, I'm staying with my mom, and she recently got vaccinated, and so she's been living by herself the whole time. So I'm glad for her that, like a lot of people, she can actually stop isolating. Am I ever going to hang out in NYC? I'd like to at some point. We'll just have to see. I mean, I love New York City. Yeah, see, Jay-Z says my mom has been very alone, went to see her today. Right, because Jay-Z lost his dad, I think, last year. Around that time. If I am in Orlando another year, if I'm there another year, who knows if I will be. I think my mom might come visit. That'd be like next winter, though. Jay-Z says February 2020. Yeah, no, around the time of my dad. Same thing. No, best we can tell, my dad, he didn't pass away because of COVID. I believe he tested positive for it at the end of his life, but that wasn't, he had all kinds of other issues. He had all kinds of other issues. So it could have been a contributing factor, but it was, I mean, there was all kinds of other stuff going on with my dad, health-wise. Yeah, Rick, if I were to move, Rick, it would probably have to be to somewhere at least equally as warm, because I'm used to the warm. I do miss it. I miss the warm being here right now. Pickled grammar is here. I think the thing that if I had not been here and I had been back in Orlando, I probably would have covered, well, I can pretty much guarantee you I would have covered the India COVID situation more. I was looking at it tonight, and you know, there's it's still, of course, going on there, but the last couple nights there was more kind of breaking news coming out of there, which would lend itself more to a live stream. So I'll keep my eye on it. We very well might do a stream on it at some point. I was looking at it tonight. I mean, if I saw as much breaking news on it tonight as I did last night, I'd do a stream on it. But like the last couple nights, I saw what was going on in India. I couldn't cover it. I just didn't have time to cover it, and I had to get up early for family stuff, and so I just couldn't cover it, unfortunately. By the way, hey, thanks to our mods. Linda Belk is modding, and Mark Helton, Sarah Joy. I really appreciate it. Hey, it's a little break for the mods from Agenda Free TV. Robert Paul says this year has been crazy. Yeah, Terry, I mean, I think it's hard to really grasp what's going on there because the reporting you see is pretty much only from the big cities. So there's such a huge, the majority of the country, you're not seeing reporting from there. So who knows what's going on? Andy Mia is here. But you know, I'll be back on Thursday. I'll be back in Orlando, so, and then I'm coming back here. I have to come back here for a family event. It's my nephew's bar mitzvah at the end of May, so I'm going to be back here for another week at the end of May. I think that'll be a little more chill though, because I will have already been back, obviously. Yeah, no, I think it'll be good. It'll be just good to see everybody, you know. They had to move it. I think it was supposed to be last year, and then they had to move it. So in case you're just joining us, just to sum up, the last few days since I got back here, it's been like nonstop family stuff because I haven't been back and to see my family since November of 2019. So I just haven't even I haven't even had time to stream here every day. Never mind streaming Agenda Free TV. And like yesterday, it's been like really just. It's been super busy, so it's been really great to be able to catch up with my family. But it's been very, very busy with lots of family stuff. Am I eating well? This is meaningful acronym. I'm eating fine. My eating is fine. Like today, I went over one of my brother's places, and I ate lunch there, and then we kind of just hung out for several hours with my brother and his family. I hadn't even seen my older brother till today. I mean, we've eaten out a couple times. I knew, like, tonight we had, and then last night one of my brothers brought over some, like, they picked up food and they brought it over. But tonight my mom, I had some leftover food, so I had that tonight. But then my mom also she had some frozen scallops, and she heated them up, and they were good. But we had some leftover Chinese food from last night. Jay-Z went to Farm Grill in Newton today. I've never been there. I had some leftover Chinese food, some leftover sushi from yesterday. Scallops are good. I never have them. You know what's weird? I don't know if you guys have had this experience. I've never had this experience before because I never go. There's a cemetery, a big cemetery in my town where my dad is buried. But I didn't really have a reason to go there recently until my dad passed away. And it's interesting. We were there and I was there with my family, we were walking around today, and you just see last names of people and you're like, oh, I think I know that person, or I know that's like this person's dad or something like that. Like that happened with several people today. Like we saw like, oh, we know that guy. That's him. Then there was this TV reporter who was a Boston TV reporter who's Marty Sender. And he was on the air like when I was a kid. And then we saw his stone. We're like, and I looked it up on my phone. He died when he was like 53. He fell out of a golf cart. It was a freak accident. But it was really weird because it's like I had never had this. I guess when you're in like your hometown cemetery, if you've been in that town for a while, you'll recognize some of the names, which was weird. I never had that experience before. Yeah, Jay-Z, look up Marty Sender. He died in like the year 2000 at 53 years old because he fell out of a golf cart and hit his head. It's right near where my dad is buried. But yeah, I don't know if you guys had that experience. It was real. I've never had that experience before. Because when I was never in my hometown cemetery. Except when I was a kid. So, right. Erica says comes with getting older. Exactly. But it wasn't. It was just people have different people. I look at cemeteries different ways, but it wasn't like wasn't like gruesome to me. It was just we went and visited, kind of met up with the family. We met there, and we hung out, and we talked, and they keep it nice. Linda says, I love the old cemetery my mom is buried in. It has a lot of family plots. So yeah, that was my day today was trip to the cemetery first, and then hung out with my brother and his family the rest of the day. Katie McElroy is watching in Vancouver. And also like my brother's kids. I haven't seen them. Both of my brothers have kids, but like when I was hanging out with my brother today, I saw his kids. Like I haven't hung out with them at all. You know, there's all these people to hang out with and see. Rick Hoppy says the cemeteries in France are amazing, very elaborate, lots of statuary. And in addition to all the family stuff, I normally get tired when I travel anyway. So there's been that too. See, Michelle Sparks says, you're very lucky. I have yet to meet either of my brother's children. I'm really lucky because my family's all in the same place. It's very lucky. Both my brothers live within a reasonable distance from my mother. So I can see everybody on the same trip. If everybody was all over the country, I would like never see anyone. And I know a lot of people have that kind of thing. I'm just very lucky in that I can see my family. Kind of sucks though, my older niece is in college, so I can't see her. I can like FaceTime her, but she's there. So I can't, she's not at home. Oh, thanks, Judy Socket from Canada. Hey, that's very nice of you, Judy Socket. Thank you, Judy Socket. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, well, Haniel, I could, you can always call people on the phone and you can FaceTime and stuff, but it's different when you're actually there. And I'm like staying with my mom, so I get to see her a lot, which is great. Mercy K is here. Robert Carley is here. Speaking of which, I should do briefly a news check. I tried to do that during our streams, and I forgot. I will say this though, I could have imagined. Well, hold on. Let me just finish doing my news check here. I think we're okay. At least, wait, what happened here? At least there hasn't been if there was some kind of like really crazy multi-day major news event, like insane one, it would have been very hard for me to cover it the last few days because of all that's been going on. So far, there's been news I would have covered, but that hasn't happened. Well, there was the stuff on Tuesday, but I was flying, but whatever. You know what I'm saying, though. Well, no, I would have covered the, we would have done a stream on the verdict. Then we would have done a stream on the shooting in Columbus, Ohio. And then we would have done a stream on the Indian COVID situation. I mean, those would have all gotten done. But what can you do? Katrina Jones is here. Michelle Ryan is here. Look at everybody who's up late. It's amazing. All these people up after midnight Eastern time. I mean, it's 12:43 a.m. Eastern time. No, the missing submarine I would not have covered because there's just not much to do. It's a really sad story, but there's just not much to say about it. You know, I don't know really what the stream is. I don't really like to stream when I don't really have anything to add. And this, I mean, to me, the submarine story, I would go on the air and read a 2-paragraph article, and then what am I going to say? You know? So it's not, that's just, I probably wouldn't have done a stream on it. Yeah, Jay-Z, thanks for coming by. I will, Jay-Z, I'll message you tomorrow. Gone with the Gale is dyeing her hair purple. Anyways, so we'll see. I don't know how much I'll stream the next few days on Agenda Free TV. I'll just have to see what happens with the family stuff and the news and everything. But you know, again, it's been the family stuff is taking priority right now. In case you missed the start, it's been like nonstop family stuff for like 4 days. Planet K is watching. Oh, hey, thank you, Patrick Davis. Patrick Davis says, seen my first cousin's son last month. She had him in spring of last year. See, Patrick also had a family member he had not seen. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that. Thank you. I still have not had grandma pizza yet. I broke one of my... I normally don't have white bread, but I was eating at my brother's for lunch. We were picking up food from a pizza place. So I got an Italian sub, which had like a white, it has like a white roll on it, which I never eat, but I was just like, you know, for one day, it's not going to wreck my diet. Hey, Tito Acosta is from Peru. Aries, are we going to have to time you out again? Aries, I'm timing you out. Come on, Aries, you know the rules. You're a frequent viewer, Aries, and you know the rules. So now I have to time you out. Stick to the rules. See, Sarah Joy already warned you. Ivy says, are Italian subs up there same as Italian hoagies in Philly? I've never had an Italian hoagie in Philly, so I don't know. It was good. I had a Greek salad with feta cheese on it from this pizza place. It was very good, the Greek salad. I really like feta cheese. I've had feta cheese twice now during the last few days. Charlana Martin is watching. You know, the other thing about streaming on agenda-free TV is I've just been the time, you know, the small amount of time I've had when I haven't been doing family stuff, I've been so tired. So I really don't want to, like last night, last night I couldn't really stream because I had to get up early this morning. So, and I really need to get up early for family stuff this morning. So I didn't want to start streaming late night last night. But even if I wanted to, I've been so tired that I don't feel comfortable just going on an air to do a live stream when I'm just utterly exhausted and I feel like it's going to be a terrible live stream. So there's been that too, you know, like you need to be, you need a certain degree of energy and attention and focus to cover stuff. So to be, you know, to try to come on and cover something when you're just utterly exhausted, I don't think is a great idea. 12 Tree, thank you, 12 Tree. 12 Tree says, bail money for Aries if he can be good. Well, we'll have to see. But 12 Tree, I appreciate that. 12 Tree from Tennessee. Mercy loves feta cheese, but hasn't been eating after 6 p.m. John A. and Petey is here. Norma Star is here. I don't think I'm going to cook my mom a meal. I don't think she has any interest in that. And there's no George Foreman grill here, so. You know. If I were cooking like elaborate dishes, I might cook something for her. I don't think she needs me to George Foreman grill a chicken breast for her. Miss Ravioli is here. We have an outdoor grill here. It's not being used right now. I did dig up some old photos. There's some amazing old photos here. I actually, you know, a lot of you know I got a scanner in Orlando. I've been scanning in all of my old hard copy photos in Orlando, which is great. And it's really great because the software does the thing where it restores the color. So if it's like super faded, it'll make it look like more recent, which is really great. But so I actually, you know, the scanner costs like $90, so I actually ordered one for here, so I could scan in some photos that are here in my house, and maybe, you know, help my mom scan in some photos too. So there were some photos like in my room, my bedroom from like when I was in college, and then my mom has a ton of old photos, you know, that the family took over the years, which there's some of them I haven't even seen. Or just didn't even remember. And so I have all these I want to scan, and that's a whole other project. I'm not going to have that much time to do it. When I come back in May, I'll probably do some more of that because there's all these photos I want to get scanned in. A lot of them have me in them or my family members, but I just don't really have the time right now. But it'll be something I continually do. Then in Orlando, the day before the day before I left, I've scanned all the photos. I had like 5 photo albums where I had put photos in those albums. So I got that all done. I've been working on that for weeks. And now I have like 2 shoeboxes full of photos. And some of them are copies of what was in the albums, but some of them are just like random stuff. And I found some stuff on like Monday, and I was like, oh my gosh, some of it was, I didn't even know I had the photos. So when I go back, I now have to go through my shoe boxes of photos and scan some more. But it's really great. I highly recommend it if you haven't, if you have hard copy photos. Yes, when you scan in a photo, you can caption it. It also depends. I mean, you can scan photos, you can upload them to Google Photos, you can upload them to Shutterfly, you can upload them to iCloud. So Any of those services will allow you to put captions on the photos. John says, I scanned over 500 photos to my external drive, but my external drive stopped working. Well, what I do is, after I scan them in, I upload them to multiple photo services. I don't just leave them on my computer. Marcy Dodson is watching. Dillamon says, I scanned hundreds of slides and photos going back 100 years during the pandemic. I don't think my mom likes Rush music, no. Cherry Cola says, so good to scan photos. My family lost lots of photos in a hurricane. Yeah, I'm really worried about losing the photos. I want to get them all scanned in. Because, something can happen to your photos. The thing is, when I go through my old photos and I find ones I like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I have this. I want to get it scanned in. I'm so glad I didn't lose this. So if you do have hard copy photos, it's not hard to scan them. You can also send them to a place to get scanned too. The scanner I have is the Epson Perfection V39. Epson Perfection V39 scanner. You find it recommended on a lot of lists. Very easy to use. See, Michelle Sparks says it's so sad to lose them. I can't imagine. Oh my gosh, because you don't even remember all the photos you have. That's the thing. It's the best thing is when you're looking through photos and you're like, I don't even remember this. For the other half of this guy says too risky sending them, maybe lost in transit. Well, that's why I got a scanner. I didn't want to put them in the mail. Yeah, Tammy Lance, I haven't used the new lights yet. I've set them up, but I haven't used them yet. Linda's Belk says, my husband's last copier didn't have a scanner. I was ticked off because I wanted to do some scanning and now I can't. Well, the scanner I use costs like $90. So it's not like hundreds of dollars. So if you're going to use it a lot, it's worth it. Caesar Day says, what do you do with hard copy one scanned? So I just have my hard copies are going to stay in shoe boxes. But at least now it's like, the other great thing about scanning photos, there's a couple great things. One thing is that a lot of scanners have this very standard software which will color restore your photos. So faded photos, it'll restore the color, which actually makes a big difference. And, I'm sure my scanner has this basic color restoration software. I'm sure a professional could do a much better job of it, but for me it's fine. But the other really great thing about scanning photos, this is a huge thing, is that once you have them scanned, you can blow them up on your computer. And so many of my photos I have, my old photos that I've scanned in, when you look at them bigger, it's so much cooler. You see people's expressions, you see things in the background. It's just because all the photos I have are 3.5 by 4 or whatever. And there's only so much you can see. It's so much better to look at photos when they're bigger. You make them big on your monitor or whatever. So, It's really good if you've never done it. Try scanning in some photos and then looking them on your computer monitor. It's really cool. Okay, Aries, we'll see you later on. Linda says, might have to do that if I can find a place for it. The V39 scanner I have, it has a kickstand, and you can stand it up sideways. Epson Perfection V39. Sable Winters is here. Wow, so many people up so late tonight. For the other half of the sky, they are saved to the cloud. When you save it to like a photo, these photo services, whether it's iCloud, Google Photos, Shutterfly, those are all in the cloud. Linda, when I last checked, it's an Epson. I'll post a link to the printer, but the problem is Amazon doesn't sell it. Amazon only has third-party sellers. I got this latest one from Best Buy because they were selling it. I got one of them from, I think, Staples, but I think they're out of it right now. So, but Best Buy had it when that's where I got it from. Oh, it's $99.99 there. For some reason I had a birthday coupon from Best Buy. I didn't even know. But I'll post the link, and maybe you can look around and see where it is, where you can find it. But it's a good one. Damien, I have never done a genetic thing, like a 23andMe. Is that what it is? I haven't done it. Norma says we keep an ongoing display of photos on an old Mac in our home. That's great. I do that on my TV. Meaningful Acronym says photo is like a time machine key. See, I can't tell at this point in the stream. I don't know how many people were here at the beginning of the stream when I explained that I was doing all kinds of family stuff the last few days. Maybe only like 15% of the people didn't hear that, or maybe half the people didn't hear that. So I don't know if I should repeat it. Astro Josh is here. Well, in case you didn't hear, I've been very, very busy. Non-stop with family stuff. Apocalypse is here. Arizona Jumper thinks about 2/3. Well, I'll briefly summarize that I've been very, very busy since I got here with family stuff. There's been all kinds of family stuff I needed to do. Of all sorts. So I have not had any time to do news streaming, unfortunately. And these streams I've done a few of these streams, but then they've been very late because I've been so busy. So I apologize I haven't been on the air more. But I haven't been back here for a year and a half. So it's been very good to catch up with my family, but it's been nonstop. From waking up until going to bed. I can't do a scroll when I'm on my phone, only when I'm on my PC. Thank you, Michelle Ryan. D. Howe is watching too. Linda says, I like that scanner. It's a nice size. Yeah, it's you can fit 3 or 4 photos on it at once. And then it has the software it comes with, which allows you to scan the photos. My submarine sandwich was good, Edward. Melissa McQueen, the last couple of days I've gotten up earlier than I normally would because of family stuff. But I haven't watched TV the last few days. It's not like I've been like lounging around. Oh, Mercy K, yes. I should update you on this. I got my sharp tooth fixed. Thank you, Mercy K. My dentist, who's back here, for free fixed my sharp tooth. I had my canine tooth right here, was it. I noticed like a month into the pandemic that if I ran my tongue over my canine tooth here, it was sharp. It was really sharp. It would like hurt my tongue. And for a year now, I've been feeling this sharp edge cut into my tongue whenever I ran my tongue over my canine tooth. And so the dentist said, if you come back 2 days after your cleaning for 5 minutes, I'll file it down. So he filed it down. So you can't totally fix it because it's just the way the tooth is shaped now. First of all, he said that particular tooth has had enamel wear off, so it's rougher, and you can't really do anything to fix it at this point. And then he said it's just like the shape of the tooth is such that it's not totally smooth now, and I can still feel a bit of an edge, but it's not nearly as sharp as it was before, which is good. That's the big important thing. So he just filed it down. He did it for free though. But it's good because every time I would run my tooth over it, it'd be just it's sharp. It was like sharp. Whatever it is. He had this I guess this buffer or whatever you do, and you put it on the tooth and it rubs down the edge. So I'm glad I got that fixed because that was annoying me. Smooth down a little, exactly. I wish it was a little smoother, but I didn't even notice it today. Yeah, he's a good guy. No cavities, thank goodness. That's right, I told you about my tooth cleaning, but I didn't tell you that I went back and got it fixed. Yeah, I did it for free. Very nice of him. It's just so much better. It was really annoying me. Now I got to go to Los Angeles and have the back wire on my back of my front teeth replaced. I do. I have a retainer I wear at night because I had orthodontal work done several years ago, and the retainer keeps the teeth from going back the way they were. John Elliott says, exactly, John Elliott, like Dr. Paul does with horses. Exactly. Oh, thanks, James Jones. Thank you, James. That's very kind of you. James says, I use the Epson EcoPrint scanner. After the higher price for the Epson Eco, the ink refills are so inexpensive. Now, I think, James, maybe your scanner is like a scanner printer, because my scanner doesn't have ink cartridges, because my scanner doesn't print. My scanner only scans. Some scanners actually print. So it sounds like the one James uses is like a scanner that can print. Mine, the one I posted, is a pure scanner and that it has no print function. Hey, James Jones, thank you so much, James. That's really kind of you. I really appreciate that. So James recommends the Epson EcoPrint printer scanner. Oh, he did say it was a printer scanner. Thank you, James. So we have another Epson recommended. Margot 1 is here. No, I've never been recognized from Agenda Free TV, ever. I was recognized a few times from Right Side Broadcasting. Only once in public, though. Only once, not at like a work event. But I've never once, there has not been one single time ever that anyone has ever recognized me from the channel. But the thing is, remember, for the last year and a half, I haven't really been out. But even so, a guy in my building recognized me, but I think he had met me. In Atlanta, a guy in my building recognized me, but he had met me before. And I had told them I did the channel. So I think he started watching the channel because I told him I did the channel. Then he said, oh, you're on that channel. I said, but then we had met before. Astro Josh says, I haven't been to a dentist in more than 2 years. Get your teeth checked. I have my regular doctor's appointment is in June. I made that. And then I eventually have to get an eye doctor appointment too. The wires on my teeth, because after they were straightened, they put a wire on the back to hold the shape, but the wire fell off during the pandemic, right at the start of the pandemic. Quentin got timed out, unfortunately. No, Quentin actually got hidden. Well, I guess Quentin was on his way. I saw that the mods had given repeated warnings to Quentin. I had braces when I was a kid. When I was an adult, I had orthodontal. It was a retainer. It was a retainer. It was a proprietary system from my orthodontist. That was like, it was kind of like people wear the Invisalign. It's kind of like that, where you wore a series of retainers that shifted your teeth. No, Damien, I think just people, if you look at the number of people who regularly watch my channel, as a percentage of people in the world, it's not very high. So I think that the odds are that I haven't run into anyone that recognizes me. Richard Williams is watching from England. We're on so late with this live stream. This live stream is so late that we have people in Europe watching. We've captured the European audience with this live stream. All right, hang on one second here. 3.8 earthquake east of San Jose. How about that? 3.8. Hold on, I have to just check the news really quickly. Allow me to check the news really quickly, please. Thank you. I need about 20 more seconds. Okay. Okay. What is this? Mozo, I'm completely vaccinated. I've had both doses. Sonic says, if I met Steve in person, I would do something strange so he would remember, but not tell him it was me until a year later. Nice. I didn't even know Sonic was here. Sonic, this is late for you, isn't it? You're up late. J. Marie felt the earthquake, says it scared the heck out of me. Sean B. Art is watching from the UK, 6:10 a.m. there. Seize the day. My teeth aren't shifting, but I have a retainer I wear every night which keeps them in place, which they said should keep them in place, but I want to get the wire back. Oh, Sonic has no work tomorrow. Heather Wills says, in Santa Cruz, me and my 10-year-old felt the quake, but my 10-year-old felt the quake and I didn't. Excuse me, Ann Salty was there. Ann Salty says, did not get my second shot yesterday. Long story, hopefully on Monday. Cindy Lou is here. One reason I would like to do an agenda-free TV stream while I'm back here is to test the new lights, because I have these LED lights I got to replace the very hot fluorescent lights. So, but I haven't had a chance. I haven't even had I assume I haven't even gone live from those from my studio yet. So I assume it'll work. It should work like it did before, but we'll see. Was I in Citrus County? I don't even know where Citrus County is. Oh, Sean B. Arts in Mexico. What happened to the chat? Now the chat disappeared from my iPad. Here it is. I think I said this a couple nights ago, but it's weird being in a suburb like I am right now. You know, my mom lives in a suburb. It's so much quieter at night. If I lived in a suburb, my hours would probably be earlier. Because, you know, when you live in a city, like I live in Orlando, there's stuff going on and there's activity around you, even at night. So it just tends to keep you up later. Yeah, this is the house I grew up in. You know, here it's like if you're in a suburb, like it gets dark and quiet and you don't see anybody on the street after it's dark. Mark says sirens too. Right, you don't, rarely would you hear sirens here. Salon Girl is here. So it has a way of affecting am I sleeping better? I don't know if I'm sleeping better. I'm still kind of recovering from flying. Can I see the stars? Maybe a little better than Orlando. I mean, it's still in a city. It's still near Boston, so it's not like crazy see them. No, we're not in my bedroom. I've been seeing articles about this, but I think something I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard about this, but I think in the U.S. it's getting to the point where almost everyone who wanted a vaccine has gotten one. I mean, there's people who haven't gotten it yet, but I've seen estimates that like in the next couple weeks, like 3 weeks from now, it might be the case that like hardly anyone is getting the vaccine. Because the people who have wanted it will all have gotten it. Or maybe it's just second shots being given out. That's going to happen very fast. It's already starting to happen in some places. So you watch out for that. Cirque, I am here, Cirque, until Thursday. Are the street lights outside bright? They're not that bright. There's a couple street lights outside. C. Michelle Sparks says, in my Walmart today, they were announcing free ones over the intercom. Oh, Judy had a parrot. Parrots are great. Right. In other countries, it's not like this, like Canada, as Seize the Day says. It's a U.S. thing. Aries is fully vaccinated as of today. Very nice. Congratulations, Aries. Arizona Jumper gets second this week. Oh, by the way, I think I've talked about this, but we talked about this, I think, on the stream like last week. But there's a lot more articles now about rental car shortages, like around the country. I'm seeing a lot more reporting about this, about the rental car shortages. Because companies sold their cars. The rental car companies sold their cars to stay afloat during the pandemic. And now all these cities, no one can get a rental car. You know, that leads to a shortage of Ubers too. I mean, this is an article from the Wall Street Journal from like 2 weeks ago. Where did all the rental cars go? They say rental car companies sold a huge chunk of their fleets, hundreds of thousands of vehicles, to survive the pandemic. Now they can't get cars onto their lots fast enough to meet the new demand, especially with car factories stalled by semiconductor shortages. Travelers report sky-high prices and sold-out dates even in non-beach destinations like Kansas City, Houston, and Memphis. So you might have noticed that. In Orlando, it's been insane. Windy City Bobby just got first vaccination shot. Very nice. April Coco says, if you have a car to sell, now is a good time. Carvana paid me to buy out my car lease. Oh, because they wanted to sell the car? GLG says in Hawaii they are renting U-Hauls. Very expensive, but don't have enough rental cars available. Lou Hastings is in Pennsylvania visiting family, a fellow Floridian up north for a short time. Andrew says it's $1,000 a day in Hawaii for a rental car. I think I heard it was like $800 or something. Well, I hope you all have been having a good weekend. Doing whatever it is you're doing. I'm kind of hoping I don't ever have to buy a new car. Because my car is a 2005. I'm hoping that I can hang on to it long enough so that they'll just be like Uber will be cheap enough that I can just do Ubers. Who knows? I don't know. If I do buy a new car, I think I'd want it to be an electric car. But I don't know. I'd have to live somewhere I can plug it in. It's very confusing. Do you need your vaccine card to get into places? I have not been in one place where they required me to be vaccinated. Mozo went to the local pub for the first time in a year on Friday. Wow. Well, when I'm back in Orlando, I will be going out to places for the first time, basically. On Monday night in Orlando, when I was fully vaccinated, I went to get some food somewhere. But I haven't been out really in Orlando at all. So I'll be doing that when I go back. Oh, are Lizzie, Melissa, and Sarah Joy gonna meet for a lunch date? Wow. Anne says she's gonna still avoid indoor eating. That's a personal choice. That's up to you. Thanks again, Lizzie, Sarah Joy, Mark Helton, Linda Belk. They're all modding. You do not want an electric car. How would you take long drives to look for your hometown? Well, in theory, they have a range of several hundred miles. So when I drive, I usually don't, go like 1,000 miles in a day. But I'm going to hold on to my current car as long as I can have it. 16 years old. 16 years old. I got to get my car washed. I haven't had my car washed forever. I was looking up in Orlando, there's a couple car washes that are supposed to be okay. And not crazy expensive. So when I get back, that's on my to-do list, is to take my car to get washed. Ooh, Lou got second vaccination shot. Very nice. For the other half, says over 50% of new cars are electric in Norway. Yeah, you can't complain about having a car 16 years. Cannot complain about that. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. It's crazy to think you're old enough to have had a car for 16 years. I know I got to vacuum it too. Yeah, it's worked great. I mean, I had to fix certain things on it, but it works. Yeah, I got it new. 2005. 2005. Hasn't gotten used much the last few years, though. Gone with the Gale says it's old enough to drive itself. I mean, the last few years, it's been not used very much, and also kept and in a fairly warm climate, and also kept in the garage. So I'm sure that helps. I'm guessing if I were using it all the time and it had to deal with like ice and it was outside all the time, it might not still be running. Rick says, I drove all last year on 1 tank of gas. Is that good for the car to have the gas in the tank for that long? I have an Infiniti. Yeah, Linda says Infiniti lives up to its name. This might be the, I was going to say, is this the longest we've ever gone without doing a stream on Agenda Free TV? But when I moved in November, we were not on the air for several days, right? When I moved in November, it's probably like it wasn't even that long. It was probably like 4 or 5 days for me to get all set up from the time I left my old place to get set up at the new place. Maybe like 5 days. Rick says the gas was fine, but my battery had a tendency to die. Edward says my 90 Lincoln Town car has 53,000 miles on it. Oh, actually, well, so as Lizzie points out, there have been times, It's a fair point. There have been times when I wasn't on Agenda Free TV just because there wasn't really news I wanted to cover. But I would be like on Agenda Free TV too. But yes, I mean, there were a couple months ago, there were several days in a row where I was not on Agenda Free TV. That is true. That is true. Did I stream a tornado in Orlando, Florida? No, I did not live stream a tornado in Orlando, Florida. We did a tornado warning stream. Linda is heading out. Thank you, Linda. It's 1:28 a.m. Thank you, Linda Bilk. Am I going to do severe weather coverage? It depends on if there's severe weather. We'll have to see. And hurricane season is starting too. There's that. For the other half says the live Mars helicopter was your last stream, seems ages ago. I don't even know when that was. Was that Sunday? I would have liked to done a stream on the India COVID thing. I've been so busy with the family stuff, I haven't been able to. So that's why we didn't cover it. And even these streams, when I've done these streams, it's been like it's been at the end of the day. So when I've been pretty tired. A follow-up on the FedEx shooting? Well, that wouldn't really be its own stream. I mean, I don't know how much new information I'd have. You know, if we do an agenda-free TV too, like a news roundup stream, and you ask me about it, I'll go look up and see if there's new stuff. I don't think that'd really be its own stream, though. We'll go a few more minutes here. April says, haven't had a news roundup in a while. Normally we have we do news roundups when there's not much agenda-free TV news. But the thing is, yeah, I just haven't had time to do one here. So if I get back to Orlando and I'm not covering news on agenda-free TV, we'd probably do a news roundup stream. Have I shaved? Yes, I've shaved several times in Boston. Mark McCoy, Andy Reid's son got charged with DWI. I knew that. I retweeted that like a week ago. I don't know all the specifics, though. No, same product in my hair. It'll be interesting to go back in Orlando, though, because when I go back to Orlando, it'll be the first time I've been there. It'll be the first time I've been in Orlando and been vaccinated, really. So I think it'll just be a little more chill. Because, like, all my time in Orlando has been like things like, oh, I don't want to go to the grocery more times than I have to because I'm not vaccinated. You know, like things like that. It should just be more chill. And I've been the whole time I've been in Orlando, it's been pandemic and isolating and everything. So when I go back, it'll be really the first time I've been there. without having to worry so much. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, William, I still might do an India stream depending on the developments. We'll see. Edward, leather seats are starting to crack. Edward, they do make like leather conditioner stuff. I would go to some car forums online, but they make like leather conditioner stuff that you can put on your seats. One of my car, this thing happened with my car, which I'm not going to fix because it would just be too expensive to fix. But on one of the seat, what happens is I would always do this thing in my car where I would, when I pulled out of my garage and I backed out, I would look behind me. And when I look behind me, there's this like elevated headrest in my car. And I would put my hand on the driver's seat, on the passenger seat headrest. And I think years of me putting my hand on the passenger seat headrest, it did something to the leather, and then the leather got all cracked on the headrest. And I looked into getting it fixed, and it was going to be prohibitively expensive, given that it's like a 16-year-old car. So I just have never fixed it. So there is like this crack on the headrest in the leather in my car. I really think it's because it's the exact spot I always put my hand, and I think I was just unthinkingly doing something to the leather every time I put my hand on it. So that happened. There's a couple cracks in my leather seats. It's just not worth it. It's expensive it's expensive if you want to reupholster stuff. Be careful though if you do that. All right, Eliana. I used to like get my car like waxed once a year and stuff, you know, and like detailed just to take care of it. Now I don't even do that. Now it's like 16 years old now. So it's like now it's like I still do the maintenance on it, but like the cosmetic stuff, I figure I don't even know how many more years I'll have it, so you know. I probably should get it waxed again, but I don't even use it that much. So whatever. You know, if you're not going to have it that much longer. Sean B. Art says, if you look at the car will look after you. Well, I take care of all the inner stuff. Oh my gosh. Sonic wants donuts now. It's late. 1:36 a.m. 1:36 a.m., guys. Has anyone seen the Linda Ronstadt? Has anyone seen the Linda Ronstadt documentary on HBO? I think I'm going to watch it. Well, next time I run on the treadmill. Everybody said bless you. Thank you. Lizzie says, I finally have a car with a backup camera, and I never have to turn around to look to back up again. I still don't have that. My old car does not have that. See, Michelle Spark saw it, and she loved the documentary. Okay. Good. I did not watch Kong versus Godzilla. She was a very popular singer in like the 70s and 80s. Very popular. Zipper is watching. Hello, Zipper. Miss Ravioli says, continue getting it waxed and detailed just in case you decide to sell the car. The thing is, at this point, I mean, you know, it's just there's only so much you could sell the car for at this point. So, I don't know. It reached the point where it didn't feel like it was worth that money to me. Queen's son, I don't know what you're talking about. Robert Carley sat next to Linda and Governor Jerry Brown at the Palomino Club. Sonic, don't make me think of that jingle for the Cars for Kids. Marcy Dotson is here. All right. I think we're getting close to that time, guys. I think we're getting very close to that time. Mike says, I love washing my car. I wouldn't mind washing my car. I live in a building, though. I can't wash in my garage. So if I have like a house and I knew how to wash and wax my car, I would do it. Excuse me. But anyways, I think we might be getting to that time when I wrap up the live stream. But I appreciate you joining me for this late night live stream. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks to our moderators for being here late too. Sarah Joy, Mark Helton, Lizzie, Linda Belk. Let's give it up to our mods. Yeah, don't forget about the Discord. You can chat with the other viewers in the Discord chat room. Nightbot just posted the link. So, you know, I got a few more days here, more family stuff. Oh, Sonic, thank you. Sonic says, not a vacation, not watching phone news, India COVID, return in May, scanning photos, sharp tooth resolved, US vac saturation, holding on to the 2005 car, no AFTV, 6 days, car upholstery. Hey, thank you, Sonic. That's very kind of you, Sonic. You know what? That reminded me, for some reason, Sonic's summary reminded me, I still haven't shown my mom the Islander newspaper. I got to make sure to show her the Islander newspaper I brought back. She'll like that. I'll show her tomorrow, maybe. But thanks to you for watching, including all of the lurkers. Sue T, Darren Markley, Arizona Jumper, GLG, Zipper, John Giddery, TJ, Melissa McQueen, C. Michelle Sparks, Lou Hastings, Charlana Martin, Aries, Judy Socket, Jeannie P, Seize the Day. She hears everything that Seize the Day. Drew, Astro Josh, Cherry Cola, Michelle Ryan, Edward Kim, Barber Hella, Mercy K, April Coco, Terry, Charlana, Free Relationship, Sonic, Zipper, Mom's asleep, Alex Duncan, Superman's Underground Gardening, Figs and More, all right, Drew, Sean B. Art, Jan Porter, J. Marie, Judy Socket, cut her own hair today. Oh, Upstate Zach. Thank you, Upstate Zach. Upstate Zach says baseball season, but need to donate. The Yankees are playing a little better, right, Upstate Zach? Thank you, Upstate Zach. That's very kind of you. How about Tatis? How about Tatis Jr.? He's been good. Nicole White, thanks for watching. For the other half of the sky, 12 Tree. Seize the day. She wakes up normal hours, my mom. Aries and Salty. Judy Socket. Darren Markley, Edward Kim, Melissa McQueen, Zipper, Cherry Cola, Marcy Dodson. Upstate Zach says three in a row. Cole over Bieber. Miss Ravioli. Thank you for watching. Is this okay now? Thank you for watching. Peter Sloan installed 60,000 bees into hives. What? Thanks for watching. See Michelle Sparks, thank you for watching. Aries, thank you. All right, guys. We are wrapping up this live late night update stream. Thanks for staying up with me. John A. and PD. Thank you. All aboard. Thanks for watching. All aboard says thank thee. Thank thee. There we go. All right, folks. It's time. It's time. So, more streams soon. Sable Winters, thanks for watching, Sable. More streams soon. I'll be here until Thursday. And thanks again, moderators. And thanks to everybody who donated. That's really nice of you guys. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. And thanks to the moderators. Moderators, thank you. All right. Oh, Buccaneer. I'm glad you liked the lightning fart. Thanks for reading it. Buccaneer. All right, guys. That is it. Thanks for watching. More streams coming up. And that is it for now. Okay, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend, wherever you are. And we will see you very soon.